Look at my Star Trek toys! What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Look at My Star Trek Toys. And boy, do we have a fun episode for you today. We are finally dipping our toe, beginning to explore, unwrapping the seal on the Star Trek Art Asylum figures. They're bigger, they're more delicately sculpted. There's a lot going on. I have never held one in my hands. I genuinely have never held an Art Asylum Diamond Select, because Diamond Select bought Art Asylum in 2007. Anyway, never held one in my hand. So you're going to see it right here on your TV screens because, Mike, I was able to get my hands on a whole bunch of really cool figures on a Facebook marketplace. If you'd believe that. And
cool.
So we have a whole bunch of really cool things to look at, including, did I get my hands on a Enterprise bridge set that is very, very, from the show Enterprise.
Okay.
That is very, very hard to get your hands on. I sure did.
We're
going to unbox all of it, even though everyone would say, don't unbox it. It's worth much more. But you know what's worth more? Your enjoyment here on the show. Mike, how you doing, buddy?
Oh!
What is happening? Why are you
blue? 4,700.
Oh, he got very sad.
Oh my God. Well, Keith, I'm feeling better now.
Oh,
my jaundice has cleared up.
You were a little blue for a bit.
I'm doing good, man. It's nice to see you. It's always great to play toys. I know we mentioned last week. It's been a little while, so we're back. And Keith's got like a whole bunch of stuff. I actually have placed some orders as well that are going to be arriving at random times this summer. So we have a lot of fun stuff coming your way, folks, and we're happy to be
so much fun.
You know, there was a moment, Keith. I think it's time we can level with the YouTubers. There was a moment before we had sort of a forced break because of work and projects and such, where we were waning a little bit. We were wondering what to do with toys, and then you know what we decided to do, folks? Just buy more toys. And and now that we're spending and getting some fun stuff, the joy is back, baby. So we're here and we're ready to play with some toys.
Just wanted to spend some money. No, but I got a fantastic deal on these, and I'm excited. I'm excited to branch out. I mean, we've covered almost all of the Playmates figures. There are still a few trickling in as I get my hands on them, and we will continue to be doing them. I searched around today for batteries. You want to know why I was searching for batteries, Mike?
I do want to know.
Because, do I have it here? I have one of Playmates Space Talk figures, the 7-inch Playmates Space Talk figures, but they have batteries inside them the talking. And so I could not find in the home the batteries I need for my buddy Q here. So once I get those batteries, we will do this unboxing and review. But today, we are going to be unboxing and reviewing 2002 Art Asylum data from the final next-gen movie, Star Trek Nemesis. I'm very excited about this. I've said ad nauseum on every show I've ever talked about, this is my favorite Star Trek uniform. This movie, not well liked, not very successful. I think it is exciting. I think it has some of the best battle sequences that we have and certainly in the next gen era. But people have very strong feelings about this movie. However, you can't take away from a really cool figure here from Art Asylum. So first off, it's big, right? It's not the so if I take myself here, the 4.5-inch Playmates figure, which is the standard Playmate scale, this is much bigger. So it allows you a lot more detail in the sculpt and the paint, and we're going to get into all of that. Also means a bigger package here, and you can see what they were selling here from the Nemesis series. They did a Picard, a Data, a Shinzon, and a Viceroy. And in my box, I might also have Picard, so we're going to open that up at some point. But you see what else they're advertising here? This is also the year that Enterprise premiered, I think. And so they did a line of Star Trek Enterprise figures, which is one of the few lines of Enterprise action figures that were ever made. And so the show was not successful. I guess the line wasn't that successful. But if you want an Archer figure, this is the best way to get it. But now they're actually worth something, especially some of the limited edition playset things. And I just might have the DePaul playset. I just might have
Keith, it. The teasing.
I know. I've got a whole bunch of really cool stuff. So there we go. So this is what they were advertising on the back of the box. Another thing I like about this box is they actually credit the people who worked on the figures. Can't really see it because of the I can't get the there it is. So you can see who did the package design and the art and the international teams and the 3D scans. So these figures were not sculpted by Varner Studios. They were actually 3D scans of the actors. So that's interesting. So we have a different technology being used to create these figures as well. So I can tell already by looking at the figure from afar, I might have an Art Asylum problem brewing in my life.
Okay.
And brewing in my financial life. Also on the side we have a Pog or a something. I don't know what that is.
Pog, as a matter of fact.
Is it listed as a Pog? I don't know. Does it say what it is? Or it's like a challenge coin? I don't know. Was this Pog era? I think Pog era was before this.
I think Pogs are still going, man, believe it or not.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks out there, somebody explain to me what's going on in the Pogverse, and also why are Pogs? That would be my next question.
It was a game.
But like, what did you do with it?
You played a game, and then you collected them and stuff.
You like threw them, or I don't know. All right, somebody explain. Somebody explain. So we are now going to break the seal. We are going to open the package here and get a look at data. So here we go. I know the package nerds are going to cringe, but you know what? That's what we do here. So first off, we get a behind the scenes update from Art Asylum. Let's see what the what was upcoming in 2002 from Art Asylum here. I'm excited about it. All right. Well, here we go. Ooh, they're doing Kiss and Iron Maiden figures.
Hey, why not?
Wow. This I did not know. All right. Yeah. So here are all of the Enterprise ones, including Silic, some of the bad guys, and an away team thing. That's cool. And the communicator and the phaser and the ship too. I definitely want the ship. Going to be super
That's
fun.
Cool. I love, ever since I was a kid and I would eat cereal, shove sugar in my face and read the back of the box, play all the games in the back of the cereal box. I love any little catalog, flyer, pamphlet, anything you give me, if it's not instructions, because we know what we do with instructions.
Yeah.
All the other kind of little paper lore, I love, man.
I mean, look, every Christmas, the J.C. Penney catalog and the Sears catalog, because they used to still sell toys in the catalog, and I would go through the catalog all the time. So let us see what we have. All right, so we've got layers and layers. Let's pop them out here. Data. So it looks like there's only one choking hazard, except for the Pog, possibly.
Okay.
We gotta take the Pog out. You know what? Do we? Let's see. Hold on. We're gonna do it. That's a very complex piece of okay, so here we go. It is a Star Trek Nemesis.
I think it's a coin. Yeah.
I mean, it's plastic, but it does sort of feel like it's a little larger than a quarter. It's like a $50 sort of a thing to it. Interesting. But it's not a stand for data here. So, and once again, we fight with the tyranny of seatbelts. Even the tricorder has a seatbelt. So here we go. Let us free Data from his package purgatory. Okay, all right, hold on. So this is my first experience with Art Asylum. Now let me look at this with my eyeballs as well as the camera balls. Okay.
Wow, it is substantially bigger.
It's big.
Does he have full shoulder artic too?
It has full shoulder articulation. I gotta clean his hands because clearly whoever I bought this from was, this whole lot I have to deal with this, a smoker. So gross. He's super gross. So he's got he does look like he has Crypt Keeper hands, but I think some alcohol will fix that pretty easily. He does have full ankle articulation, which is great. The knees just backwards and forwards. But it's interesting, even with this size plastic, this is not hollow. That is, this is a very solid, very sturdy figure here. Good shoulder articulation. Now, this part of the uniform, sort of like we were dealing with the Playmates 6 inches from the 2009 movie, is rubber, is soft. Actually, you know what? Only the bottom flap here on the edge is soft rubber, and the rest of it is hard.
That's like the 2022 Playmates line.
Yeah, kind of. Very interesting, but it does just give you that tiny bit of tactile feel, like there's some motion there. It actually also his turtleneck is movable rubber. I can see his comm badge is missing. Come on, missing a tiny bit of paint. Hold on, let me use this. That I would love to see a little bit more paint here on the comm badge area, but I think the facial sculpt is very good.
Right.
And also, like, you can see his yellow eyes in a way that we don't usually get that level of detail. I mean, obviously on the smaller figures, like how could you?
Look at how good that is. Wow.
It's really pretty darn good. There is some neck articulation, although it looks like he's perpetually leaning forward a little bit, little hunched. It's like me looking at my computer all day. And we definitely have to deal with the nicotine hands. Yikes. But it's big and it's heavy, and let me see, we do have the pips there. That's a pretty cool figure.
It is. You know, if I was to level a critique, I would say that clearly the facial sculpt, I think, is top notch, A++. I would say, though, you get some like texture and stuff in the clothing. I feel like the uniform sculpt isn't sparking joy per se. You know what I mean? Like the communicator's a little.
It's really only the communicator that bothers me. It could use a little bit of like texture paint in there, like what Chris is able to do. Does his neck
move too, or is he just like hunched?
His neck moves,
right? Like, doesn't look like he has bad posture.
He does look like he has bad posture, but that just might be accurate to to Brent.
I know, no shade, Brent, but you should do some stretches.
Oh yeah, no, I'm the same way. So we can go a little side to side. We can turn our head, but we can't unhunch. He's leaning forward. Okay, he's very invested in what he's doing.
Does he have a stand?
No stand. No stand.
They're like $1 on Amazon. I got those little waist stands.
Oh, right. But I think let's get him on an actual. Yeah, he stands fine. He's big enough and heavy enough that he'll stand successfully. But perfect. But I like it. I think it's a great figure, and I think it's gonna look great on the shelf. And 7 inches gives you a lot to work with. No pun intended. Thank you very much. I think that speaking of crotch areas, like, he does not have a ball joint. The GI Joe ball joint, so it does look a little clunky in the naughty bits. but I think it's a very strong figure. And yeah, I think as a new style of figure, the Art Asylum from 2002.
What do you think about the coin, Keith?
I mean, sure. Yeah. I don't know what it's for, but like, why not?
Yeah, goods and services, baby.
I don't have a lot of coins, so I'll take it. All right, folks. So that is Data, our very first Art Asylum Diamond Select toy. Thank you so much for watching. Do us a favor sometime. Join our Patreon at patreon.com/KNM and join these fine people who are supporting our entire K&M empire, including our Deep Space Nine review, watch along, and this Star Trek toys. And there's even a category there for people who send us stuff in the mail, whether it's Chris Mitchell doing our custom figures. We've seen amazing stuff from JD. We have Colin Dagan has sent me figures I don't have, like valuable figures from the Playmates line. It's crazy. People are incredibly generous and send stuff. So if you would like to be on that, Mike, how can they reach us?
Keith, variety of ways. Easiest way, just hit us up on the channel. Second, you can send an email to lookatmystartrektoys@gmail.com. Or, of course, you can always send us an email or any feedback at keithandmikeentertainment@gmail.com.
Yeah. But next week, we are going to do our first Enterprise figure of the entire series of our show. Going to be fun. We'll see you back next week. Till then, this has been Look at My Star Trek Toys! Whoosh!